60 yards, and if you get going...
It's as hard an opening hole as what you'll find, especially in Florida. Looking at this par 5, really you try and get two. Really have to keep your wits about you on this opening hole.
So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
And he's set up for his 4th shot here, looking to get it on the green with this. So he didn't hit the green in regulation, but he still has a reasonably good chance to save his par, about 10 feet away. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
So they'll tap in. +1 in the early going. Strong par 5 to start, followed by a good par 3. The second hole is 225 yards.
2 bunkers, Rich, when you look at this par 3. In between is a nice corridor. And that's really the line that you want to be looking at going at this par 3. Just thread the gap, and you should safely find the green.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole. Don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. One of the game's most lovable characters, Miguel Angel Jimenez, has this for par. That's good work. That's a good par right there. Fairly straightforward par 4 now. The third at the Wetlands is 460 yards straight away.
It is 460 yards. It can be chopped down a lot of different ways. 300-yard tee shot. And it's only 160. But if you're a mere mortal, 280, 180, the hole becomes that much longer, that much harder.
Into the thick stuff. That's a difficult lie. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Frank, the beauty of golf, we're not playing inside a dome with no wind. You have to be able to handle the elements.
You do, and that's really where the better player comes through. On a day like today, anything around par is going to be a good score, so just adjust your own mental par.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
Try to scramble here. He's given himself a chance for par. Settles in over the putt. To 1 over par early on in this round. Wow, check this out, Frank. Par 3 fourth, 250 yards. This is a really cool hole.
It is. You tee off and that tee shot right across the swampland into a crescent-shaped green. And, of course, it is protected by that bunker that just cuts in. It doesn't give you very much depth on that middle line of the green. So if the pin's in the middle, that's when the hole plays its most difficult.
Birdie try up next. He has made plenty of these in his distinguished international career, Miguel Angel Jimenez. Well, you could see he thought he had that.
It looked in the whole way until the end.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Just a couple of feet. Solid effort and reasonable result to stay at 1 over par. Good look now at the 5th hole here at the Wetlands, par 5, and it's a good one, 635 yards. You probably know a guy at your course like Miguel Angel Jimenez. You love him as a partner on the course, after the round, deep into the night. He's fit in the fine art of good living, isn't he, Frank?
He certainly is, but he's reliable. And reliable comes in many shapes and sizes. Second shot.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. And setting up here in the rough. And it makes the green in regular speed. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Miguel Angel Jimenez for par. Okay, has it, and stays at 1 over par. Par 4 6th here at the Wetlands, 440 yards and water to deal with.
Two choices here, Rich. Lay it up, short of the Wetlands, or, well, chance it, brave enough, tee it up, and flash it across the Wetlands. They're just a mere short iron into this lengthy par 4.
Frank, this one's not looking good.
Yeah, certainly not down the fairway line, heading toward the rough.
Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was headed for that thick stuff the whole way, but a little fortunate. But then I guess you're allowed that in this game.
knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Long putt here. This will require a good touch.
Well, that's not the way you wanted to start out the backside here.
Yeah, you can't afford from inside 10 feet. You feel like you have to make those, and I mean, they really sting when they miss.
Good effort and good par putt. Here at the par 5 7th at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club, 592 yards. Now the second shot to the par 5. This is the third for Jimenez.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, that's a formality now.
Back to par for the round. On to the 8th. It's a par 3, 203 yards. What's going on here, Frank?
Interesting par 3, really. It looks anything other than a straightaway hole. That bunker short of this green gives you like an optical illusion. You think it's lapping up with the front of this green, but there's actually sort of 3 or 4 yards before you get to the putting surface. A little bit of a drop-off behind this green, and it narrows out the deeper the green gets. So tricky little par 3.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
That one was running so hot. Second shot. Good look at the green. Solid play, heart of the green. Getting set now over the putt. Drops it, and he's at even par. Frank, looking at this par 5 ninth hole, it's 621 yards. I need to make birdie here. What's the best way to go about it?
Well, if you're a long hitter, then there's a chance you can reach this par 5 and 2, Rich. But really the best way to make birdie here, good tee shot, and then contemplate the layup. In between the first 2 bunkers, there's a nice section of fairway, and that's not going to leave you much in for that third shot to a green that's very receptive. So really, birdie can be made the hard way, wedge and a putt.
They'll be happy with that in the fairway, and now a good chance to attack this hole. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Now one of the best personalities in the game, Miguel Angel Jimenez, ready for his approach.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man.
That takes him to 1 under on the day.
Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back. Oh, this is heading in the wrong direction.
Frank, they threw him a life vest. He's back on dry land.
And I hope this time he swings, he doesn't have the water wings on.
Third shot now, after the last one found the deep blue.
Yeah, you can still minimize the damage here. It's only one bad shot that you got punished for.
Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Ball sitting down here in the rough, he's digging in. Oh, Frank, obviously way too much club there.
You got to think something like that, or at least misread the wind. This is never going to sit down.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Frank, this game will drive you crazy.
Yeah, you can do so many things right, and then just something so simple, completely wrong.
Par 4 11th hole, 443 yards. Frank, what's the best way to play it?
Nice straight drive off the tee, then really reduces this par 4 to size. Then those bunkers, short and left, don't really cause an issue. Green's a little tiny, though, but even if you miss that green a little bit on the right side, it's a relatively simple chip.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. 140 to the flag. Frank, you played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself it is an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But if down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Needs birdies at some point, but will take the par to stay at 2 over.
Par 5 12 here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club is 576 yards. First par 5 on this backside.
Nice.
Looks good. Second from an excellent lie. bit unfortunate in the bunker, Frank.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what his bunker play's like.
All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in.
Love it with a nice splash out of the bunker. It lands softly and just runs out right next to the hole. Beautiful shot. Here's the man with the best ponytail in the game. He's also a pretty good putter. Miguel Angel Jimenez for birdie. Makes it and moves to 1 over. Here we go at the par 4 13, 452 yards. What's the best angle of attack?
The straight line really is the best way here, like a lot of holes on the golf course. But straight, as we know, is not often easy. Fairway does start to widen up the further out there you get in that narrow area. That'll leave you a lengthy second shot where you just might have to bisect the 2 front greenside bunkers.
From 200 yards away. Missed that one, and it is going towards the rough. That one ends up in the rough.
That went sideways.
All right, now another shot from the rough.
Yeah, this time better be better than the one we just saw.
Wow, Frank, he did well just to get it on the green from that line.
I didn't think that was doable.
And getting ready for the putt.
Great sense of speed in that. We know you can make those, but that one right in the middle.
Good par 3 here at the 14th. It's a little bit more than 200 yards, Frank.
And there's a bunker short, so you've got to fly that coming in there. And if you do miss time one, that's when that body of water to the right really comes into play. Typical Floridian golf, but high-flying, soft-landing tee shot, once again, is the goal.
Midway through this back 9, could use this birdie here at the 14th. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. This one has a chance, and he has it. Beautiful putt. The last par 5 on this golf course is the 15th. It's 590 yards. You think, Frank, this is the time to be aggressive?
Certainly is. Longer hitters must be licking their chops on this par 5. 300-plus yard tee shot, you can definitely get home. Shorter hitters, just set it up for a nice wedge shot. But if you are going to go at this par 5 and 2, well protected by those 3 bunkers.
Frank, it may be obvious you'd rather have a ball sitting up perfectly in these fairways as opposed to the deep rough off to the left or right. But how is a player able to take advantage when he has that good lie?
Well, anything better than that would be sitting on a tee. That is a perfect lie. It almost guarantees good contact.
This is the 3rd for Jimenez. That is how it's done right there. What an approach shot.
Chance for back-to-back.
He is on a roll right now. 16th hole at the Wetlands is a par 4, 455 yards.
Once again, another reward for a straight tee shot, but this green heavily guarded by sand. So, good tee shot, and, well, this one, you're going to have to hit one of the better iron shots required at Wetlands.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. Frank, this would jumpstart the round. A third straight birdie.
Some good playing.
Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Solid par to remain 1 under. Here we go at the 17th. It's a par 3, and it takes one good strike. That's what you like about par 3s of this length, Frank. 238 yards. Can't fake it here.
You certainly can't, and that green just shapes a little bit to the player's right. So the best shot to hit in here would be a little draw. And that is also the avenue provided by those two bunkers. One short left and the other one back right.
Offline, and I think that one's headed for the rough. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish. But, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break. Safely on the dance floor.
That's good work. That's a good par right there. Final hole here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club. It's par 4. It's not a long one, 377 yards. There must be some trouble out there somewhere.
Well, not really if you keep your wits about you. Just position the tee shot. You don't have to hit driver down here. Even a 3-wood's only going to leave a short iron. If you hit your 3-wood 250, 260 yards, do the maths, it's only 120 yards left. With that, with a scoring club, try and get that inside 10, 15 feet. Finish with a birdie.
But if you stray, then what?
Oh, no, we don't think of straying on this hole. This is the last hole. Got to finish well.
But I'm thinking about gators. Are there gators out there?
Well, there's gator on the menu. There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
That incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
So they'll tap in. That's a round of 70 on the day. And that wraps up another great day of golf here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club. Frank, I really enjoyed that.
It is always fun playing on the Bermuda grass. And once again, shout out to the superintendent letting us play in the tournament conditions here at the Wetlands.
And now it's on to Gator Bites and a beverage. For all of us here at EA Sports, I'm Rich Lerner, along with Frank Nobilo. saying so long until next time.